remember summer in its wake. The heart of September left nothing more to say. To show me what it's worth, I wanna hear you say these words. From the light into the dark, it'll be alright. Did I speak too soon? I wanna harbor you through all the ways this life could be so cruel. If the storm breaks through, I'll be the light for you, holding on when everything it feels so blue. Letting it linger, what I thought was everything. I had you wrapped around my finger like a puppet on a string. So where are you right now? Find me when the stars turn out. All the vampires gather around here in the night. Did I ask too much? Maybe it's not enough for now. We close the door and feel the rush. Or am I answering something close to home? It's bigger than the two of us would own. Fallen for you in a way that I thought that I never do. Oh, it taught me the way to never be used. I'll make a promise to you, alleviate every sky, be honest and true. All the games, there's no excuse, no more running away. Did I speak too soon? I wanna harbor you through all the ways this life could be so cruel. If the storm breaks through, I'll be the light for you, holding on when everything it feels so blue. I'll be there with you still, till the darkness starts to spill over you and everything that we've ever built.
Yes, people, welcome back to another stream. We are live. Smash the likes. Make sure you guys are smashing the likes up. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel as well if you're new. Big up to everybody that's tuned in on Twitter as well. City have just won 3-0 in a Anglo-Palmerian final. Bernardo Silva lifted the trophy, which looked like a dinner plate. But yeah, you know what? I think there's quite a lot that we learned, in my opinion, from that game today. And there's quite a few positives. And there are a couple of negatives, but I don't think there are that many. I think there's quite a lot of positives that we can go through in there. And there's a lot to go through. So we'll try and fit it in as quickly as we can. I'll probably do about an hour. And we'll try and get it all in about an hour. But yeah, let me know in the chat as well what you said. If you've got anything that like specifically you want us to talk about the game, then let me know in the chat. We'll go through it, man. But yeah, I want to start at the back and we can work our way through the team and do it like that. I think it's probably the best way. Defensively, John Stones and Huzanov look way more solid than Diaz and Akanji. And part of me is saying that because I think that Akanji for me is for me at the moment, I think Akanji's my fifth choice. Yeah. And I feel a little bit sorry for Diaz because I think he'll have to deal with Akanji. I think Akanji's fallen off, to be honest with you. But Huzanov and Stones, that first half was exceptional. Abdulkadir Huzanov is going to be a world-class centre-back, mate. A world-class centre-back. The only question is timing. Yeah? How quick is he going to get the number 1 spot in the team? Yeah? Will he get the number 1 spot? And where's he actually going to play? Will it be right back? Will it be right-sided centre-back? Will it be left-sided centre-back? Will it be in the middle if we're playing as a 3? But he has all the attributes that you need to be a top-class centre-back, yeah? He's rapid, he's fearless, yeah, he's solid, he loves a challenge, and he's actually pretty decent on the ball. He's not Stones level, he's not Laporte level, he's not Gavadio level, but they're freaks, yeah? He's good on the ball. I like him, man. He's my type of centre-back, as I've said a million times, because I like an aggressive centre-back. I don't like passive centre-backs. Yeah, I want my centre-back to get stuck in, yeah? That's what I like to see. And Abdulkadir Huzanov has got that in his game. And then the compliment with Stones next to him, it was just fantastic. And yeah, I thought, you know what? I thought Stones was going to be a lot more rusty than that, to be honest with you, because obviously we've not seen him play for City since, well, fuck knows actually, to be honest with you. But we've not seen him play for ages. But he actually looked at a decent fitness level. I was actually quite surprised at how fit he actually looked. Now, yes, I know everyone will say that's not going to last long. We'll see how long it lasts. But we spoke about this, didn't we, the last couple of days about John Stones. If he's fit, for me, you got to play him, mate. You got to play him. And I just think you just play him until he gets injured. I know it's not great saying it like that, but it's true. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, he's just mint. He's our best centre-back we've got at the football club. Get him in the team. And very, very good. And we'll go through a starting 11. We'll do the best starting 11 for the Wolves game based on the players that started today. Rico, I thought looked pretty decent. I really like Rico. You know what I mean? He does frustrate me last season, but I don't really think it was a Rico problem. Rico for me is a midfielder. If he plays right back, that's cool. But in my opinion, he can only play right back in games where you're going to dominate possession and you're going to camp in the opposition's half, and you basically utilize him as an extra midfielder and you push him forward. I thought he had a good game today. I love how much this guy gets the ball and goes forward with it. Yeah, a lot of our midfielders, especially in that second half, yeah, they love to pass the ball backwards and sideways. Rico loves to go forward with the ball. And I tell you something, yeah, we spotted this in the Club World Cup and we've seen it again today. Him and Oscar Bobb have a very, very good, intelligent relationship on that football pitch, by the way. Very, very good. We've seen it in the Club World Cup and we've seen it again today. I think they link up very, very well, mate. Very, very well. So listen, Rico Lewis, I get it. I get why some people don't rate him. I do understand. But for me, when he's utilised in the right position, and that's as a midfielder going forward, I think he could be an asset. That doesn't mean he'll start every game, yeah, as a midfielder. He's obviously going to struggle getting the midfield. But if you want to utilise him as a right back who pushes into midfield, I think you can do it. But if you want to play him as a right back in a game where he actually has to do a lot of defending, that's where then I go, no. Because I don't think he's good enough defensively. Going into the midfield, good. Ike Nori, I think he had a bit of a mixed game, to be honest with you. I think there was quite a few times where he got dispossessed on the ball, dodgy areas, going up for headers, he didn't win. But there's also some really nice play from him as well, going into midfield, some really nice technical play, bit of skill, linked up really well with Haaland. If you remember the one where Haaland went through the midfield like he was Yaya Toure, that come from Reijnders Nori, inverted into midfield. So, yeah, a bit of a mixed game. Definitely needs to improve on the ball. He can't be losing the ball like a couple of times in that first half. He did. But there were some nice things as well. We'll see. Yeah, he definitely grew into the game. I agree with that, Sam. He definitely grew into the game as it went on, as the half went on. But yeah, at the same time, yeah, he's going to be learning a completely new position and a completely new role. And I think, Pep Guardiola, because of how technical Reijnders Nori is, I think Pep's going to ask a lot of him. So it might take him a little bit of time to get into it, man. But I think he's a top player. But he might need a bit of time to settle. So I think you might have to be and me as well. I think we might have to be a little bit more patient than maybe we thought with Reijnders Nori. But yeah, good performance on the whole, but definitely improvement areas. Midfield, Nico Gonzalez and Nico O'Reilly. Nico squared. Let me know in the chat what you thought of them. We've had some various different opinions on them two today. I'll start off with Nico Gonzalez. I thought he played really well. again, I don't think I've ever seen him have a bad game. But it's interesting because there's quite a lot of people who think he's not very good and he has a bad game. I think he's really good. I think he carries the ball very, very well. He rarely loses the possession, which you'd expect coming through the Barcelona academy. He's strong, doesn't really get dispossessed a lot. I think he's a really good player. And I've always thought he's a good player ever since we signed him and watched him. That's why, for me, it was bizarre that we didn't see him towards the end of the season and then the Club World Cup. You know, I think he's mint. I think he's good. Listen, I don't know whether he's ever going to. I've said this last season and I'll say it again and I'll maintain my stance and it's not changed off tonight. Based off of what I've seen, I don't know if he's going to be good enough to be starting week in, week out like a proper prime player. But as a squad rotation player, I am more than comfortable in him being a squad rotation player and playing material minutes. You know, playing week in, week out against, you know, the biggest Champions League teams out there, biggest Premier League teams out there. I'm not sure. I need to see a little bit more. But I think he's a good player. I think he's a great player to have around the squad. And I'm happy with him. This is why, for me, I was like just confused as to why we didn't see him towards the end of the season last year and in the Club World Cup. But I don't know. I really struggle, to see how Pep can watch that game today and think that he didn't have a good game. If that did happen. I just don't see it, man. I just don't see it. Let's see if I can bring the player stats up. I don't know, because it's a friendly. They might not let me do it. Yeah, I've got the stats here. Let me have a look at Nico Gonzalez's stats from this game, boys. Let me pull it up on screen here. Right, here we go. Let me just get rid of this chat a second, yeah? Bring it back in a minute. Right, so 45 minutes played, 94% possession, pass accuracy. So I've never lost the ball. 1 key pass, 2 ground duels, 1 aerial duel. You won that. Lost the ball only 3 times. Bro, I mean, the fuck? I think he's a good player. I thought he played well, man. You know what I mean? And I also think, if you put him in the team with Rodri or with Reijnders, his levels are only going to improve. You know, and I don't mean that any disrespect to Nico O'Reilly, but Nico O'Reilly's a young player who's hardly played in midfield for Manchester City's first team. You know what I mean? And he's playing there with O'Reilly. I thought O'Reilly was a bit quiet in the first half. Yeah, or when he played or whatever. But I don't know. I just get confused. I get confused because I hear quite a lot of people. Shout out Chris as well in the chat before. Yeah, I don't have a problem with these people. Yeah, people have got their own opinions. I see a lot of people who don't rate this guy, think he's ass, or just don't think he's very good. And I see Pep not play him towards the end of the season and not play him in the club. And I don't get it because I think he's a good player. Hasib says he's average. Nico is good. Pep must play him more, says Samir. Let's see what else you guys are saying. Nico G wants to connect with Haaland, which is a plus. Yeah, he loves to run forward with the ball. Everyone is thinking he's Rodri replacement. It's impossible to be Rodri replacement. He's his own man. He's good enough to be the 6 for City, says Michael. Facts. Nico G is good, but he will not play over the Unks. Just accept it, says Selman. See, I think he should play over Gundogan and Bernardo. In my personal opinion, I think he's better than them. But we'll see what Pep does, man. We'll see what Pep does. So interesting on Nico Gonzalez. Let's see what these chats are saying. Shout out Tom, 23 months, appreciate it, bro. Says, hope you're good, LB. Agree with you on Nico G. Going to be a standout this season if he's played. Yes, and if he doesn't get played, Tom, then I think he's probably going to get sold in the summer, innit? Because if he can't get in the team this year, then, bro, what we're doing here? Because you'd imagine that we're probably going to strengthen that midfield again next season when Gundogan leaves, Kovacic leaves, Bernardo Silva leaves. So he'll fall down the chain even more. So if he can't get in the team this year, I think he'll probably leave next summer. But hopefully he gets given a chance because I think he's a good player. But big up for 23 months, bro. Big up Steve as well. There's people chatting about Verts, this and that. Tijani Reijnders is going to cruise through the Prem this season. Guys cold. Bro, I just tweeted it then. Yeah, I said it in the watch along. This is the most obvious bang signing we've ever done. Maybe not ever, but it's up there. It's fucking up there. Mate, I was watching AC Milan back end of last season, because I'd not seen Reijnders. I'd not seen him at all. Or not that I could remember. So I thought, let me watch some AC Milan games, see what this guy's saying, because at the time we was being heavily linked with him. And I was watching him, and I was like, this guy is made for Pep Guardiola. Made for Pep Guardiola. Yeah? Absolutely incredible on the ball. Never loses the ball. Gets goals, which it really frustrated me last year how many fans just moaned about the defence and midfield, which was a valid concern, yet then just glazed the attack and the lack of goal scoring. Like, We need players to chip in with goals. Last year, we were so reliant on Erling Haaland to score goals. And if he didn't, we weren't winning football matches. This guy got 15 goals in all competitions last year, Tijani Reijnders. That is going to be massive, massive. We have to spread the goals around the team. We cannot just rely on Erling Haaland, because if the team can find a way of stopping Erling Haaland from scoring, we're cooked. Yeah. And this is why it's going to be so different this year. When we get Rodri back into the team, who also scores goals, and you get Reijnders in the team, who also scores goals, compare that to the midfield that was playing last year. Gundogan, Bernardo, and Kovacic. It's night and day. It's different gravy, mate. So I think it's a fantastic signing. I think the price that we paid for him is ridiculous, ridiculously low. I think we should have paid way more than that. So I think we've had AC Milan's pants down. He's in his prime years. That's another thing that we needed to add to this squad. Players in the prime. We have a lot of players in the 30s, and we have a lot of players that are under 25. How many players do we have between 26 and 29? Yeah, the prime years. Now, I know a lot of people these days like to think people that are 23, 24 are in the prime because of fucking FIFA brain damaging everyone. Yeah. But when I was fucking growing up, your prime years were between 26 and 30. Now, if you're 28, you're an unk. It's fucking unbelievable, man. But now, on a real man, Tijani Reijnders, top player, man. But he's such an obvious bang signing, mate. Like, honestly, it's like, how can this guy not work? How can he not work in this team? In fact, let's pull up his stats, man. Let me pull up his stats from today and see what the guy's saying. Yeah, I thought, oh my God, chat. Look at this match rating of a 9. Yeah, let's have a look at this. So yeah, 2 goals, 80% pass accuracy, misplaced 4 passes, 1 key pass, 4 shots on target, 2 dribbles, both successful, 1 big chance missed. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there, bro. That was your hat trick right there. 3 ground duels won as well. So look at this. That's another problem from last year. Lack of physicality in the midfield. Yeah, aka spineless, or as Kevin De Bruyne liked to describe it, soft as fuck, mate. Yeah, look at that. All 3 ground duels, all of them won. Aerial duel won. This guy's a proper player, man. Yeah, 2 interceptions in there as well. I just really struggle to see how this guy is not going to work. I've said it in the watch along. Yeah, sometimes you sign a player and you go, ooh, not sure on that one. It might not work. Yeah, might not work. I know it might not work. Maybe Cherki might not work. Yeah. This guy, mate, like, if there's anyone in the chat reckons this guy ain't going to work, you're just being edgy for the sake of it, mate. I'm being deadly serious. So, yeah, very happy with that. I will try and stick with the team that started. We'll go on to Nico O'Reilly in a second. He'll be class for us. Yeah, facts. Plug and play. Love it. Love it. Absolutely. Yo, is that the purple panel? Is that the purple panel? Is that you, yeah? I don't know, but you're still on my sus list, bro. I can't lie. You're still on my sus list. Yeah, I'm not sure if you're 100% legit, mate. I'll be real. Yeah. Give me who say you're signing. Yeah. Next summer. Let us know right now. Yeah, put your balls on the line. Yeah, you're still on my sus list, mate. Yeah, but respect. Good page in that. Yeah, smash these likes up, guys. Smash these likes up. I'll come to the rest of the chats in a minute. Big Up Canada actually says Reijnders will be our player of the season. That's not that stupid shout. Yeah, if you was to put money, on who you think is going to get City's player of the season, and you put money on Reijnders, that's not a stupid shout, man. Ethan, I'll come to your super chat in a minute, bro. Big up, man. Nico O'Reilly, I thought he was all right. I wouldn't say he was amazing. I didn't think he was as good as Nico Gonzalez. I don't think he was good as Tijani Reijnders in the second half. I thought he was all right. Again, you know, this is a player that's not played too many minutes in midfield for our first team. Obviously, he's played a lot in midfield for City. You know what, though? This guy here has been moved around a lot whilst he's been at this football club. I've seen this guy, including the academy, yeah, and Daniel Vouch. I've seen this guy play striker. I've seen him play 10. I've seen him play in the 8. I've seen him play in the 6. And I've seen him play in the left back. Honestly, swear down, not lying. Yeah? He gets moved around a lot. He does. Which, you know, you can see it. You can say poor lad. But at the same time, if he can put in decent performances, what a valuable asset you've got there. I mean, probably not nowadays, yeah, because he's a bit older now. But Bernardo Silva, when he was in his prime years, yeah, when he was like 26 or whatever, he could play right wing, midfield, 8, 6, attacking mid, fucking whatever, yeah? It's such a valuable asset because, you know, you see last year how the club got just absolutely tore apart by the injuries, yeah? Well, if you've got a player that can play in multiple positions, that massively helps, especially when you've got Pep Guardiola, who likes a small squad. Not that we've got a small squad at the moment, bloody hell. Yeah? I thought it was decent, man. I thought it was all right. I'd like to see him get on the ball a little bit more, but obviously it's difficult. You know what I mean? It's 45 minutes, but I thought it was good. I thought it was decent, man. I thought it was a decent performance. But I want to see him playing more there. I want to see him giving a bit more game time there, because if we're serious about Nico O'Reilly, and obviously the club are serious, they're giving him a massive contract, extending his contract and that, yeah. Then and if we believe that his future is in midfield, then we need to trust him. Yeah, we need to trust him. Remember, back in January, we reportedly turned down a massive transfer offer from Chelsea, which we imagine would be over 30 million quid. 30 million quid at that time was a lot. So, for me, yeah, you got to play the guy. A lot of people, yeah, I see this a lot all the time. I see it in the chat as well. Yeah, I see it on Twitter. I see it in the chat as well. A lot of people like to say, oh, you know, we're selling all these young players, blah, 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 blah. And then when you say, right, we'll start this guy in the next game, they go, no, we can't do that. Well, you can't have it both ways. You even need to fucking start trusting the youngsters and put them in the team, yeah, which is what I like to do, because I like to trust the young players. Or you don't. You just use them as profit. You can't have it both ways, man. Do you know what I mean? All right, let's keep going through the team. Let's say, oh, boys, can we get some freaking W's in the chat for Oscar Bobb? What a baller. What a baller this guy is, yeah? Joke player. Absolute joke player. This is another player, by the way, that can play anywhere across the front line. Left wing, right wing. And a lot of you probably haven't seen this yet, because I know not everybody watches academy football, but I'll say it again for the 5th time. His best place in the team, in the academy, in my personal opinion, is when he played central. Yeah, not on the left or the right. And he's putting in these performances on the right and the left. Obviously, not seen him on the left too much recently, but obviously you've seen it 2 years ago. Yeah. What a player. What a player. He can go left, he can go right, he takes the man on, he's so technical, never loses the ball, he gets output, he gets GA. Baller. Yeah? And let's fucking have a remember here, yeah? That this guy has been robbed of a year of development, because last season he was going to be our starting right winger. He was the best player in pre-season last year. Yeah, and he was going to start the season as our starting right winger. Yeah, bang, leg broken, man. Yeah, can you believe it? Season robbed. Well, he's going to come back with a vengeance now, mate, because he's going to be like, right, I got fucking robbed of a year, mate. Yeah, last year. That should have been my breakout year. Yeah, and I'm coming in here now. And we'll come on to Savio in a minute, yeah, when we come through the second half team. But look at how he's pushing Savio now. Is it any surprise that Savio's getting better now? Bobb's there pushing him. Yeah, and the same thing again with Bobb. He can play left, he can play right, he can play in the middle, man. And I tell you what, Pepper's going to love this guy, mate. Talk about Tijani Reijnders a minute ago being a perfect Pep Guardiola player. Oscar Bobb's a perfect Pep Guardiola player. Yeah? Because, again, he can do it. Oh, man, I just really like it. You know, sometimes you watch a player and you just like, I like that guy. I like Abdulkadir Huzanov, yeah? Because he's my type of centre-back. Aggressive, strong, no fucks given. I'm going to take the ball. If I take the man, I'm taking the man. Yeah, that's my type of centre-back, yeah? This is my type of winger. Yeah, you know I fucking love Mahrez. Yeah? 1, 2, 3, Viva fucking Algeria. Riyad Mahrez season. My type of winger. And Bobb, for me, yeah, obviously he's not exactly the same as Mahrez, but similar traits. Techie baller. And I'm interested to see who starts that right wing position against Wolves. Because obviously if Foden's not fully fit, and if he's not fully fit, don't start him, because no point in risking him and getting him injured, then is it going to be Doku or is it going to be Savio? Because to be honest, both played well in my opinion. We'll come on to Savio in a few minutes, but both played well. I'm just happy, man. I'm happy, you know what I mean, with Bobb, man. I think the guy's quality, mate. And I hear people say, oh, we shouldn't put too much pressure on him. He's young. You know what I say to that? Bollocks. Put pressure on him. You're at Manchester City Football Club, mate. Yeah, you're not at Stockport, man. Yeah, you're at Manchester City. We try to win the fucking Premier League and the Champions League, and you say, don't put pressure. No, that pressure there, man. The pressure is to deliver the goods. Big up, man. Lamine Yamal doing bits, mate, for Barcelona at 17 years old at Barcelona Football Club. I want to put pressure. I want to put pressure on this guy, mate, because you put pressure on him, he has to deliver. Yeah, and it's like not cooking the guy. If he has a bad game, you don't go bang, you don't cook him and that. But I'm just saying, put pressure on him. Yeah, but this is a player that's going to be playing in the biggest stadiums and the high pressure games. I want to see what the guy can deliver, man. So I'm all about the pressure. And for me, he's delivering the goods. He's delivering now. Yeah, he delivered in the Club World Cup. He was delivering in the pre-season last year. He delivered the 2 years before that when he was coming off the bench at Newcastle and equalising in the last minute of the game. This guy is delivering every time he plays, mate. Yeah, and you know what as well? He actually didn't have the best game in the world, yeah, but we played shit. I give you proof that Pep rates this guy. 2 years ago, we went to Aston Villa and got our arses handed to us. Yeah. Now, funny enough, we only lost the game 1-0 to a deflected shot, but it's the biggest scam ever. We should have got beat about 5-0. I'm sure you all remember it, even though you probably tried to erase it from your minds. I think we played John Stones in midfield when he'd just come back from injury. It was absolutely horrific performance, right? And Phil Foden got hooked at about the 55th minute. Who did he put on? Bobb. We was getting cooked and he put Oscar Bobb on, mate. He took Foden off and put Bobb on. Pep likes this guy. Let me do a super chat. Big up Ethan, man. Appreciate it, bro. Says, after that 90 million, what you saying about this 11 for Wolves? Eddie, Cafunes, Stones, Diaz, Ran, Nico, Tijani, Bobb, Cherki, Savio, Haaland. Don't have a problem with it, mate. Don't have a problem. We'll do a full builder in a minute. Once I've gone through this, we'll do a full builder, but probably going to be somewhat similar to that. Just a defense where maybe we'll have different opinions, but that's a saucy team, mate. I can't lie. It's a very nice team, Ethan. Big up for the 6, man. I appreciate it. Right. We'll speak on Marmoush. I didn't think he had a particularly good game, if I'm being honest with you, in that first half. Probably one of the players that come off the pitch who didn't really impress. Why? He's not a winger, is he? You know, he needs to be more in field. And obviously the way that he was deployed with Ike Nori today, Ike Nori was obviously inverting, which meant Marmoush had to hold the width. I don't really think that's his game, is it? You know, you look at some of his best games in a City shirt. Newcastle at home, scored a hat-trick. Very central that day, played off of Haaland. Yeah. Bournemouth scored that wonder goal, scored a screamer from 30 yards from a central position. He's not a winger. Add on to that a lot of the passes he was getting to feet and not behind, adding to the fact that the pitch was shit. So when he was controlling the ball, it was probably bobbling up and that. Not the best performance in the world, but it is what it is. I'm not going to spend too long on Marmoush chat because I think there's a lot of more positives that we need to cover. Right, Cherki. What did you guys think about Cherki's performance today? Let me know in the chat. That's his heat map. So spent a lot of the time on the right. I said it in the watch along, yeah. Something that I found quite interesting today from Cherki was how deep he was coming to pick the ball up. I didn't expect that. I thought he was going to stay really high, wait for the ball to come to him, turn, put the ball through. However, there was so many times today he was like, give me the fucking ball. Now, I don't mind that, yeah, because it shows that he's, you know, he wants the ball, give me the ball, give me the ball, he's demanding the ball. That's cool. But at the same time, you're our most creative player. So I don't want you going deep too many times because that means you've got the ball and you're playing like Andreas Pirlo. I'd rather you be up the pitch, mate. You know what I mean? So obviously that might be a tactical thing from Pep. I'm not saying I didn't like it. I'm just saying don't do it all the time because I need you up the pitch because you're mint. But he's another player, man, that you just love watching, don't you? Like, again, and I'm sorry, chat, yeah, but if we go back to last season, yeah, forget the results for a minute, yeah, forget the results, forget the draws, the losses, the crumbles, the bozos, forget all of that. It was boring. It was dire. It was shit. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, backwards. It was hanging, man. Forget the results, man. It was hanging. Ryan Cherki, man's got a smile on everybody's face this season when he's playing football, mate. The way he plays, The flicks, yeah, even the way he passes the ball behind the defense, little chips, little dinks over the top, left foot, right foot. I think he's just going to make people enjoy football. And I think if you don't enjoy watching Ryan Cherki play football, for me, bro, is football really for you, man? I'm being serious. Yeah, how can you not enjoy watching this guy play football, even if you're a rival fan? Like for me, yeah, a player that I always love watching, yeah, was Santi Cazorla. Yeah, when he was at Arsenal, I think he was at Malaga before that. What a player. Just like Ryan as well. Left foot, right foot. Yeah, very two-footed. In fact, he took penalties with both feet. I love watching him play. How can you not like watching him play? For me, Cherki is just the same. How can you not like watching Cherki play football, man? So it'll be interesting to see because there's, you know what it is with me? Like, I keep it 100. Yeah, I've not seen this guy play a lot. I've seen him play a couple of Lyon games last season, in which I was pretty impressed. And then I've seen him play for France in the summer, which I was very impressed. But I've not seen a lot. There's a lot of skepticism on Cherki. There's a lot of people who think he's going to fail. Yeah, a lot of people think he's going to fail. There's a lot of people who think he's not going to work at Manchester City, that he's not going to work for Pep. And I can't say he's not, or I can't say he will, because I've not seen enough of him. But so far, I've not seen anything that stands out as to say that's a real red flag. I've not seen anything that's like, that's a red flag. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, like today, yeah, it was all right. A little quiet, no key passes or chances created, which is obviously his job. But yeah, I'm interested to see how it develops. And then I tell you what as well, right? Yeah, attitude problem apparently. Still not seen any of that. I tell you what, yeah. Can we get some praise on Erling Haaland today as well, please? Because he got a lot of cooking last year. Probably a little bit too much at times. But he got a lot of cooking last year. Yeah. Lazy, not working hard enough, hold up play shit, whatever, blah, 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 blah. You name it. This guy got a lot of cooking. However, today, I thought his hold up play today was very, very good. His goal was fantastic. What a finish. Left foot, popped it off, right foot, bang, bottom corner. Yeah. His hold up play today was probably one of the best we've seen. Yeah, that when he received the ball off Reijnders Analysis in the first half and just drove up the pitch like prime Yaya Toure, that was nice as well. But that was positive. That was positive. I had a feeling about Haaland because when I watched the Inside City video on YouTube, and it was the first day that the players had just come back to training, and the social media employee who's filming all the players come in, yeah, they were filming Haaland, and Haaland said to him, I don't know if you've seen the clip, Haaland said, "Oh, what do you think of my clothes?" And the guy went, "Oh, you're looking fresh," or something like that. And he said, "I feel fresh," or something like that. I might have butchered it a little bit. But basically, he said he feels fresh or feel refreshed. And today, he looked refreshed. He looked good. He looked fresh, man, which is nice. And it was a good finish as well. Do you know what I mean? And you know what as well, right? You got a lot of people, yeah, who are just like, in that Club World Cup, yeah, he did miss 3 chances. He missed 3 one-on-ones. He should have scored all 3 of them. Missed all 3 of them, yeah. I said to people, don't worry about it, man. As soon as he gets his first goal, bang, he'll start banging him in. That goal today was a top finish, mate, by the way. Top finish on his weak foot. You know, this guy's not just going to stop scoring goals. You know, look at his record. He scored goals his whole career, and then he misses a couple of chances in Club World Cup, and people are like, "He's finished." This guy's a baller, man. Top striker. And he'll get back on it. So overall, with this, I thought that first, obviously Trafford as well. Oh my God. Can you imagine if that would have gone in, by the way? I don't know what he's doing. He's dilly-dallying on the ball. The guy comes and closes him down, and he's lucky in the end that it goes out for a corner. But yeah, that was when he did that, I was like, what the fuck? But yeah, there's not really too much to talk about with Trafford. He come and collected a couple balls and that. We'll see, man. But I don't know who's going to start because obviously he made a mistake in that first half, Trafford, right at the start. And then so did Ederson. When Ederson come flying out, trying to head the ball and completely misjudged the flight. So I have no idea who Pep's going to pick. Probably Ederson. But we'll see. But overall, first half, defence looked a bit sus sometimes playing out from the back, but not all the time. But it is a brand new back 4 to be expected. Really like John Stones and Huzanov. I thought Rico Lewis pushing into midfield was nice. Nico Gonzalez, top performance. Bobb, for me, arguably man of the match. It's up there. We'll discuss that when we finish the second team. Cherki, Marmoush were all right. Well, Cherki was. Marmoush, I don't think was great. Haaland, very, very good. So all in all, pretty decent. And then he made a load of subs at half time. Smash these likes up as well. We got James says second half side is most likely the team will see more of LB, give or take a few. Not sure what we learned from that second half other than Reijnders. Well, we'll go through it now. After we've done these players as well, I'm going to do build an 11 from the best players to play today. We can see how it would work on the pitch, man. But yeah, let's go through it, man. Let's go through it. Right, Edison, not much to talk about. Obviously made one error, just like Trafford. Trafford made an error. This guy made an error, whatever. We'll see who he starts. Ake, not much to talk about other than I was a little concerned when he was sprinting back and he looked like he lost a lot of pace. And I didn't say it, yeah. I tried to be positive on the watch along today, yeah. And someone in the chat said, "Fuck me, Ake looks slow." I thought to myself, he did fucking look slow. So that's the only thing really I'd say is he looked slow when he was sprinting back. Now I don't know whether he's just come back from an injury or what. I don't know what the situation is, but other than that, solid as always with Ake. Akanji for me, yeah. I think this guy needs to be our last choice centre-back now. Yeah. And it's on merit, nothing else. I think Huzanov's better than him. Diaz is better than him. Stones is better than him. Ake's better than him. And Gvardio's better than him. It's not a hatred. It's not an agenda. I just think he's the worst out of the lot. Yeah. Can he do a job if you need him to? Probably. Can he fill in at right back when you need him to? Probably. But I think all them other players are better than him. Yeah. He was too slow to switch on when that guy crossed the ball in and should have scored. Yeah, too slow to switch on. And for me, again, he's just not my type of defender. You might love him, right? But I like defenders like Huzanov. Yeah. And even your Diaz's, yeah, who gets stuck in. And Akanji's a very passive centre-back, which that's not my preference. Yeah. So at the moment, if I was to do a list, 1 to 6 or whatever, of who's the best and who's the worst, he'd be at the but listen, as a squad option, cool. Whatever. Yeah, I'm not saying he should never play for a football club again. I'm just saying I don't think he should play ahead of Huzanov. And I don't really understand how you can watch today and think that he should do, yeah? I don't think he should play ahead of Diaz. I don't think he should play ahead of Stones or Gvardiol or even Ake. Is my personal opinion. Based nothing other than performances. That's it. But probably a good squad option to have around the squad because he can play left back, right back, centre back. Cool. Diaz. Quietly encouraged. Big up James for the super chat, man. Quietly encouraged by Diaz's performance today. Bearing in mind that he was playing with Akanji, I don't think really helps his confidence or whatever. I thought Diaz actually looked quite okay today, to be honest with you. And I think it's a big year for Diaz. I do. I've said it a lot. We won't go over it in detail, but I think it's a big year for him. First 2 years of Manchester City, he was one of the best centre-backs in the world. The last 2 years, he's not been in that conversation at all, in my opinion. We've got Huzanov coming through, who's a right-sided centre-back. I think if Diaz can't put in top performances this year, he's at risk of losing that number 1 spot to Huzanov next season. I don't think this season will be a problem. I think Pep will stick with Diaz, but I was quietly impressed. I thought Diaz was all right today. He looked, I don't know, he just looked like he was proper, like, dialed in. He did a great block, by the way, in that second half. Guy cut in. I can't remember if he crossed it or went for I think he went for a shot and he dived in and blocked it. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see from Diaz. Yeah. He's like a John Terry style defender, like putting his life on the line, diving in, blocking shots, all that kind of crap. So I thought it looked all right. I don't think glaze. Like he wasn't amazing, but did he need to be amazing? Probably not. But he looked good to me. And I want him to get back to that top level. Because when he was at that top level, he was one of the best centre-backs in the world, man. Everybody said it. Yeah, and there's a lot of City fans who always defend him and that. That's cool. But the proof's in the pudding. Whenever you watch videos or you listen to radio or YouTube or you see, nobody speaks about Diaz being the elite centre-back anymore. Whereas 2 years ago, they did. So obviously he has dropped off because no one speaks about it. He's not become finished at the age of 27. It's still in there. I just need him to dial in. But positive signs. I thought positive signs from him today. Who else we got on here? No, why have they done it like this? Who played left back? We done Ake, didn't we? Ake, Kanji. Nunes. Yeah, I don't like Nunes when he's playing in that central position. I think Nunes' best performances last season, came when he was on the wing, like as an overlapping wing back. Yeah, Zabaleta, Mika Richards style. Yeah, and obviously today Pep deployed him inverted, which I don't know. I just think you have to be a bit more technical on the ball, like Rico. Rico's more technical. I think Rico can do it. I think Nunes' best performances last year, Everton and Villa, came when he was holding that width, and he seems to work well with Savio as well. Savio and him seem to have a bit of a good connection. Like Savio will get the ball, hold it, wait for Nunes. He'll pass it to Nunes. Nunes will cross it. I'm pretty sure that's how we got the goal against Everton as well. I'm pretty sure that's how we got the goal against Everton. Is Savio got the ball, popped it off to him. But it's a big year for him, man, because he's obviously going to be our starting right back. And if he doesn't have a good season, then that's poor. But I'm hopefully optimistic. That he's going to work. He is, but he is. And you know what as well, Blooney? He can cross a fucking ball, mate. Yeah? How many times last year did we see fucking players crossing a ball? It was dead crosses. Nunes can actually cross. So for me, I just think when you're playing Nunes, like, yeah, he was good at left wing again because he can cross a football. When you're playing Nunes in the middle, you're literally taking everything that's good about him away. When you play him on the wing, pace, rapid. Guy's absolutely rapid. Yeah? He can burn a player. He can be direct and he's crossy. He can cross a ball. So, listen, I'm not going to deep it too much because it's probably just trying to fit players in the pitch to get them minutes, whatever. All I'm saying is I don't want to see him play in field in the season. I want him on that wing, overlapping Savio. Yeah, giving Savio that option to drive in field, or giving Savio that option, pop a little pass off, Nunes cross it in. But we'll see, man. It's a big year for Nunes. I hope it works out, mate, because it wasn't 9 months ago, I was ready to drive this guy to Manchester Airport myself, mate. Yeah. After that United game where he single-handedly lost us the match, I was like, nah, this guy can't stay, man. But he's worked his way back into the team, and not a lot of players can do that, yeah. He's worked his way back in, and fair fucks, man. He's putting in some decent performances. Now, Harris, don't say sorry to me. I agree. I'd rather have a right back than Nunes. However, Nunes is the guy. And I'm going to back him, and I'm going to hope it can work. But I'd rather have a right back. I'd rather have a right back. I'm not going to lie. Offer me a right back, I'll take a right back. But if we're not having one, I'll back it and see how it works. Right. Let's go to Gundogan. I don't really think we need to spend much time on Gundo. Is what it is. Cool. I don't think he's better than Nico Gonzalez now. Bernardo, similar. Like, these two players are really good at like running around, keeping the ball, passing it left and right. You want a goal, you're not going to get a goal. You want an assist, you're not going to get an assist. You want a last-ditch tackle, you're not going to get one. Possession, last 10 minutes, you're 2-3-0 up. Well, maybe not 2-0 up. We've seen last year. Maybe 3-0 up, 4-0 up. Fairs. Yeah, but I'm not going to speak about them too, man, because I just don't think they offer anything to like really speak about. But this guy, I know we spoke about him a little bit at the start of the stream, but we do need to do our own segment on him, man, because fucking baller, mate. Yeah, baller. What a player he is, chat. What a player. I just can't wait to see this guy play in the midfield with Rodri. Oh, I can't wait to see it, man. This is going to be insane. Rodri and Reijnders in the same midfield. Woo! Yeah, 2 goals. Should have had a hat-trick. What's he doing, mate? Yeah, I don't know what he's doing. 2 goals. Yeah, seen all this. Getting stuck in as well. Oh, what a player. So obviously going to be mint. So obviously going to be mint. It's going to be mint. Yeah, but Rodri wasn't fully fit, mate. Rodri wasn't fully fit when we seen it. Yeah. He's unreal. Him and Rodri will cook. It's going to be crazy. And the thing is as well, going back to that point that I was speaking about before, I'm going to go back to it because I think it's really fucking important, yeah, is having goals in midfield is so important. And it just gives you a completely different dimension. Last year, yeah, teams played a low block and they didn't have to press the midfielder. Why? Because with all due respect, mate, yeah, Bernardo Silva's not putting one into in the back of the net from 30 yards, yeah? He's not. And people go, he did it against United 7 years ago. Cool. He's not doing it, yeah, on a regular basis. Nor's Gundogan. nor Kovacic. And in fact, respect Kovacic, he got his career best, but still 7. Yeah. When you've got Rodri, and Rodri's got the ball 30 yards out, you have to press him. So it breaks their like defensive line. When Reijnders has got it, you can't let these players have the ball 30 yards out because they'll strike it. If I'm a midfielder, yeah, for the opposition, I'm on the edge of my box and we're just defending, we're doing a low block, and I see Kovacic got the ball 30 yards out, I'm not pressing him. I'm saying, you want to shoot from there, shoot. Yeah, go on. I'll back it. Yeah, I'm not pressing you. Same with Gundogan, same with Bernat. If Rodri's got the ball 30 yards out, all of a sudden I'm going, shit. Do I go and press him? Because I don't really want Rodri to shoot, because we've all seen Rodri shoot from 30 yards. The guy's got a rocket on him, right? Do I let him shoot? Or do I go and close him down, and that leaves space for Cherki or Marmoush to fill the gap? You know, and the fact is, we're going to have 2 of them. We're going to have Rodri and Reijnders, mate. Yeah, Reijnders got 15 goals last year in all competitions for AC Milan. 15. Yeah, Rodri's best season, I think he got 15 as well, and he plays as a 6. Nah, Gundo's not shooting from 30 yards and putting it in the back. When was the last time you seen Gundo shoot from 30 yards with serious pace? Yeah, it's not happening. Yeah. For inside the box, yeah, cool. But not from 30 yards. And we're going to have Reijnders and Rodri. And I think that's going to give the opposition something to think about, mate. Yeah, what a player. Top player. Tijani always had his head up while on the ball. Matters. Not the traffic around, and what a player, says Cisco. Facts, Marmoush. Yeah, exactly. If Marmoush then inverts as well, you've got another player. It's just going to make teams not be. How many times did we sit to play teams last year and they literally didn't move from the edge of the box? Yeah, Southampton, perfect example. Southampton last year, sat on the edge of the box, cup final, they got Havoc, yeah, Palace, sat on the edge of the box, and they don't move. And we didn't have the quality to break them down, and we didn't have players that could shoot from 30 yards. You had a De Bruyne, but De Bruyne is probably closer to the goal. Try to fucking feed up now. It's going to change everything. I honestly think Reijnders and Rodri are gonna. They're probably going to affect the opposition more than they affect us, man. I'll be real. Big up True Dogs says Stones teases us so class, but gets hurt too much. I know, man. I know, bro. I was so ready. I was so ready for this guy to leave. Like, not that I wanted him to, and it was fucking painful even saying the words, but I was so ready for it. I was so ready for. I'd accepted it. I'd come to terms with the fact that he was going to leave the football club. Yeah. And then he said he wasn't fucking leaving. He did the Kyle Walker thing, innit? I ain't fucking leaving. I was like, oh, you're not leaving, right? Well, you're going to be. And then I tried to cope. I was like, well, if you don't want to leave, he's just going to have to accept that he's 5th choice. Yeah, I was saying all that kind of shit. If you don't want to leave, he can stay, but he's just got to accept that he's 5th choice because he can't stay fit, and we can't have him playing all the time if he can't stay fit. So he can stay. I don't mind him staying, but he's 5th choice. 45 minutes later, get him in the fucking starting 11, mate. He's so good, man. He's so good. We got AK as well, says the UZ will. Oh, the Uzbekistan war will at worst be a cult hero for us, bro. Yeah, facts. I'm putting heavy stonks into this guy, man. I think he's baller, bro. Top player, man. Now, big up to you, man. Big up to you. Big up to True Dogs. Right, who else we got to cover here? So we've done the midfield. Attackers. Doku. What do you guys think of Doku? 45 minutes, shot off target, shot block, 2 dribbles, 1 successful. Some other stats there. Yeah, not really seen anything there that made me like excited. I saw some shit in the Club World Cup that made me a little bit curious. Yeah, I thought, ooh, played a bit different there, but I felt that was very much a performance of last season rather than a performance of the couple of games that we saw in the Club World Cup where he looked a little bit decent. Yeah, I'd be very surprised if he starts against Wolves. Well, I wouldn't because it's Pep Guardiola. But if we're going off form, yeah, off that match, I'd be very surprised if he starts. But for me, it's his last year, Truss. It's his last year for me. If he doesn't cook this year, I think he needs to be sold. Yeah, I said it. Give him this year. Yeah, I'm happy to give him another year. Me, yeah, I'm happy to give him 1 more year. Because I think the potential that you've got with him is so extreme. But this is his 3rd season. What if he doesn't do quite well this year? We're going to go, give him a 4th, give him a 5th. what point do we go? He's just not quite good enough. Yeah, so for me, I'll back in this year, see what he does. But if he doesn't cook this year, yeah, and I'm talking serious performances here. This is his third year. He's a £60 million player. This is his third season. Yeah, look at what Elise's doing. Look at what Sane was doing. Look at what Sterling was doing, man. This is third. Look at Mahrez. Yeah. So listen, I'm not cooking the geezer. I'm saying like fair, it's like whatever. Have this year. If he cooks, keep him. If he doesn't, sorry, you have to be moved on. You can't keep players forever. Oh, we'll give him another chance and another chance. I don't know. Okay. Let's switch it and go to Savio. Savio. I thought this guy played really well in the second half. Yeah, I really did. However, if you can't learn to shoot, bro, you won't make it at City. You just won't. You won't, because if you're going through that one-on-one, yeah, and you're not even hitting the target, in the Premier League, that can be crazy. So I think now, yeah, I think last year he was all right. Club World Cup, I was impressed. I thought, all right, yeah, looking decent. And today, I thought his overall performance was good. I thought he was one of the best players on the pitch, probably top 3, top 4 players on the pitch. And I think for me, yeah, this season's going to be a really good year for Savio. However, if he can't learn to shoot, yeah, and it's especially concerning given the fact it's his left foot, which is his strongest foot. If he can't put the ball in the back of the net, I don't think he'll make it. Because when you're playing against teams where you're not maybe having chance after chance after chance after chance because they're playing so defensively, if you get a chance and it falls to Savio and he doesn't score, that can be the difference between a point and 2 and 3. Yeah? Or you might be losing and you might be able to snatch a late point. So I'm just hoping he can just dial it in. Yeah? Again, I don't know what these guys train on. I'm not an ITK. I don't know what the fuck's going on. However, if this guy's not training, shooting every single day at training, then we're missing the point. We're missing the point. Yeah, of course it was. Of course it was a breath of fresh air. It was nice to see him getting behind because we've not really seen him do that. And again, don't get it twisted. I think his performance was very good. I think his performance was a very good performance. It's just his finishing is not great. If you can listen, let's put a positive twist on this, yeah? Even though it is positive what I just said, but it might have sounded negative. If this guy can learn to shoot, what a player we've got on our hands. What a player. If he doesn't, meh. We'll see. We'll see. But man, just get on the pitch and start practicing shooting, man. Just practice shooting. Raz couldn't finish. Jesus couldn't finish. Still good players, but stressful. Yeah, but you know what? The thing is, yeah, facts. But the thing is with Raheem's positioning and movement was one of the best in the world. So he got volume. He got mad volume. So he'd get 3 or 4 chances a game, score 1 or 2, and miss 2 or 3, right? But over the course of a season, the guy's getting 30 goals, 40 goals in one situation. So because Sterling's movement was one of the best that we've seen in that position, the volume was crazy. So he always got goals, but he also missed shitloads. If Savio's not getting the volume, which he's not, is getting 1 chance every couple of games and not scoring them, then he's not going to have the output which Sterling had. What if Savio only got 10 assists but only 5 goals? I mean, that would be mad disappointing. Mad disappointing because he got 13 assists last year, 12 assists and 1 goal. So if he only gets 10, or you put 10 plus, let's say he gets 12 assists and 5 goals, that's not really much of an improvement, man. Yeah. But I think he can be a mint player for City, Savio. I really like him. I think again I think he's a more Pep style than Doku, if I'm being honest with you. I think he's got more chance of than working than Doku. But I just think that if he keeps missing these chances, I think that's what will kill his career. You know? Because everything else about his game is pretty decent, isn't it? He holds the ball well. He doesn't really lose the ball on the wing. He got the numbers in terms of the output last year with assists. He got 12 last year. He didn't even play that many games. Yeah, impacted the Arsenal game at home. Great play. Like we've seen the quality. We've seen him, and even today when he come on the pitch, he was taking players on, linking up well with Reijnders. So I think he's so close to really stepping into that first team and being like, yeah, I'm the guy. But Bobb scores that, in my opinion. Bobb scores that chance today. But Bobb's more clinical in front of goal, and that's the difference. Shout out Never a Foul as well for the rage. Shout out Alan says Doku is not good enough. This is his last year for me, Al. If he doesn't improve this year, like proper improve materially, I'd cash in and go and get someone else, mate. Yeah, this is third season. Who else come on? Oh, Mukasa. Yeah, Fez. Misplaced the pass 3 times. Key pass 1, got the assist, didn't he? Nice little back flick. I mean, very calm, very mature performance. I'll say it again, just for the people that weren't in the watch along, but we've all seen young players get on the pitch and try too hard. Yeah, and I haven't said it in the watch along, but I know why they try hard, because they want to impress. I felt like Mukasa today just come on the pitch and was just like, I'll just keep the ball, just keep it ticking over. Nice, man. Nice. Yeah, we've seen it a lot. I think Palermo had a little bit like about that, about his game. He was always trying to shoot. He was always trying to take players on and that. And obviously it's mint and that. But sometimes, you know, he got a lot of criticism, Palermo, saying, oh, people are kind of greedy and all that shit. Yeah. Mukasa today just come on and just kept it tidy. And I think Pep will really like that. I've always thought that about Pep. I've always thought Pep's a player that you don't try and impress by doing mega stuff on the pitch as a young player that's breaking through. You impress Pep Guardiola by doing the basics, keeping the ball, not doing anything stupid, and you know, making Pep believe that he can trust you. Yeah. So if we're in a position where it's like, I need to make a sub, and he's looking at Mukasa and he's going, well, I know that if I put you on, obviously I'm talking in the future here, not now. But let's say Mukasa has like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more performances like that, where he just comes on and keeps things ticking over. And we need a sub, and he's looking at Mukasa and saying, I can put you on, and I know that you're not going to do anything stupid. Yeah, you're not going to try and take a man on the edge of our penalty area. Yeah, you're not going to do these mad 40-yard passes. Yeah, where you're just going to keep it ticking over and keep the ball. Yeah, and then as you grow into the team and you start understanding shit, then you slowly start to blossom, and then you start to fucking do the skills and shit. Yeah, but I thought it was just a very mature performance. Yeah, I call it boring. But don't take that as a negative. I think it's very positive, yeah? Because I don't want to see... Well, we could be sitting here saying, oh, did you see that skill that he did? He lost the ball, but did you see it? Did you see when he did that 50-yard pinger and the guy couldn't quite control it? Or he done that 40-yard shot which went a yard past the post? I don't want to see that, man. I want to see a player keep the ball and look like they played in the team before. That's what it's about. What is it about here? Are we trying to win stuff? Are we trying to produce players to come into the team seamlessly and be able to impact the team? Or are you just trying to create gems to sell on for 40 million? Yeah? Because I want to create players that could come into the team and help us and help us get wins and that. And I think that's the type of performance that I want to see from Mukasa. So I'm happy with that. And that back flick was nice, man. That certainly wasn't boring, was it? So yeah, decent. Smash these likes up as well if you've not done so already, people. Shout out to everyone in the building. On Pep, let's finish off with Pep Guardiola, man. I say it again, yeah. Anyone that's saying that this team's in a top 5 race, I just do not understand where you're getting this from. This team last year was miles worse, and we finished 3rd. Yeah, we've added Marmoush in January. We've got Kuzanov now as a backup. We've got Gonzalez. We've got Tijani Reijnders, Nori, and Cherki. And we finished 3rd last year. So I'm not having it that we're in a top 5 race. I think if we end up in a top 5 race, either the manager is doing some mad-ass tactics that ain't working, and if that's happening, obviously he got cooked last year on social media, it'll turn up the heat even more, yeah? Or the players are just not performing for whatever reason. Yeah, manager aside. I just don't see it. I don't see how we're in a top 5 race. I think we'll be at worst 3rd, but I don't see it. I think we'll be 1st or 2nd. And if we're not, I'm really struggling to see how we can't be 1st or 2nd, man. Listen, if Liverpool cook and Arsenal cook, cool, we might end up 3rd, right? But I still think we're in a title race, 1st or 2nd, man. I think it's between us and Liverpool still. I don't think Arsenal have done enough. I think it's between City and Liverpool. Our defense is the weakest. The problem with our defense is we don't even know what's going to play. Is he going to play Stones? He can play Diaz. He can play Gvardiol. Is he going to play Nunes? He can play Rico. I don't even know. This is one of the problems. This is what I said. I want to see that. I want to know. I want to get a solid back two. Now, I don't know what back two I'd play at the moment. Honestly, I'm so torn on who to play. I want to play Huzanov because I love him and I think his pace is crazy. I want to play Stones because he's the best. I think he's our best centre back. I'll play Gvardiol. And even though I think Diaz has dropped off in the last 2 years, I want to put my stomachs back into Diaz, man, because I want to believe that he can get back to it. But there's only 2 positions, lads. And I don't want to be fucking around and changing the centre-back partnership every week. I want to get a centre-back partnership in there and just stick with it and run with it. Yeah, that's in my ideal situation. That's what I'd like. Yeah. Now, how long are you going to do that if you pick Stones? I don't know. I don't know, man. Not sure. Rose, LB will Man City will win the Premier League 25-26. Big up Rose. Yeah, very possible. Very possible. We're definitely in it. I don't see how we're in the top 5 race. I honestly don't. Big up Massam as well. Says Mukasa is divine. I've seen enough. Let him play with the team. Big up Massam, bro. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But I think there's a lot more positives. I thought there were quite a few positives tonight. I don't know who's going to play. Should we do a lineup builder? Let's do a lineup builder before we wrap it up. Yeah. What 11 we pick for the Wolves game based off of the performances tonight and the form going into it. Big up massive, bro. Appreciate it, man. Right, here we go. What's your bracket is a 4-3-3. Right, goalkeeper. I don't know. They both made an error. Who do we pick in net? I'm going Edison. Mate. But, like, bro, you start making errors like last year, like the Club World Cup, then you're getting dropped real quick. Edison in goal. Cafunes at right back. What would my starting 11 be? Fuck. What would my start? This is my starting 11, yeah. It's not predicted. This is what I'd do if it was me. Bro. I don't know, man. Yo, bro, I don't even know. I might even drop out Nori and put Gvardiol back to left back and play AK-47 and AK-45 and Stones. Like, on a real, I might actually do that. We bought a left back and I'm not going to put him in the team. Oh. Because that way, you get all 3 of them in the team. That way, you get Gvardiol in the team, you get Stones in the team, and you get AK-45 in the team. Right, let's run with this for a second, yeah? Yeah, don't moan a sec, yeah? Please, chat. Come on, it's 11:25. Don't moan. Yeah, just let me just experiment, yeah? Let me just experiment for a second here. Let me just experiment. We finally bought a left back and I'm dropping him. I'm not starting the left back that we bought. I don't know, man. Chat, what you saying? Wait, where's Nori? Yeah, I bought a left back and I've dropped him, bro. I'm not playing him on left back. You're getting named and shamed, LB.
You later, you go in prison. You go in prison, and you're getting named and shamed.
Do I do that? If that's me, if I'm the manager, yeah. If I'm the manager, do I do that? Do I do that if I'm the manager? I don't know. I actually don't know. I actually just don't know, man. I really want to play Huzanov, and I really want to play Stones, and I really want to play Gvardiol, and this is the only way. Unless you put Huzanov at right back. But I want to run Nunes. What's wrong with me? I don't know. I don't know, mate. It's late. It's late. I've had 2 hours sleep. It's hot in here. Yeah, it's hot. I don't know. Oh, fuck. Bro, I'm running with it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I bought a left back and I'm not playing him. Fuck you. Right, midfield. Nico, it's your time. Yeah. He did call him Nico Williams, didn't he? He did call him Nico Williams. There you go, bro. Nah, I'm only joking, man. That's disrespectful, actually. Nico Gonzalez, yeah? Where is he? There he is. Not updated his team, but we'll put him in the team. No. It's not. No. It's not about I don't rate, I ignore it. It's about I like Huzanov, Stones, and Gvardiol, and the only way to get him in the team is like that. Obviously, Reijnders. Again, this is not predicted 11. Yeah, this is my 11. Is it? Who is it? Is it him? Is he Reijnders there? No, so I don't know what that badge was all about. Cherki in the 10. I'm cooking here, man. I can't even lie. Haaland up top. Oh my god, I'm actually on fire. Oh, right winger. I'm gonna have to go Bobb, man. I'm sorry, I am. I know he's not fully fit, maybe. I know people are like, oh, he's gonna get injured. You're overplaying him. Player protection. Don't care. He's a better player, man. Get him in there. Left wing. It's got to be Marmoush, man. I know he didn't have a great game today, but it's got to be my bray. Yeah, repping him tonight. Yeah, come on, Marmoush. Right, and then basically, what I want to see, yeah, is Cherki come over here, Marmoush come over here, Gvardiol bomb forward. Yeah, this needs to be Aitnori, doesn't it? Fuck. We might have to revisit this. Right, Gvardiol bombs down here. Right, and then you let him go there. Yeah, you overload the midfield. Yeah, Nico there. Bang, bang, bang. 2 at the back. Matthias Nunes. Put him there. 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 5-0 win guaranteed. Shit, man. Right, okay, let's revisit the defense. This ain't going to work. This ain't FIFA. As people like to say, this ain't FIFA. Right. I'm gonna put my bray, my Algerian brother, Ryan Aitnori in the team. Right, you're in the team, right? Centre back partnership. Man, this is a tough one. I think Gvardiol's got to play, Annie. Gvardiol's got to play. He does have to play because he was our best one last year. Do we just run that? Do we run that? Drop Diaz and AK? But I want to see AK, man. I want to see AK-45. I want to see AK-45 play. I think that's the team I go for. There's not a leader. Stones is a leader, man. John Stones. Get him in. He's a leader. John Stones is a leader. Yeah, I think that's what I'd go for. That's what I'd go for. That's my team. If Gvardiol's not fit... Oh, man. If Gvardiol's not... Fuck, I don't know. Bruh. I also want to run back Stones Diaz just to see if it works one more time, but I want to see AK. If it was me, I'd play Stones and Huzanov. Yeah? Just. If he's not fit. If he's not fit, man. You're obsessed with Stones, bro. It's giving Pep Bernardo relationship. I am obsessed with Stones, but I can't even lie. But he's just fucking mint. I'm stressing you out. I'm sorry, man. Don't mean to be stressed. But this is a difficult exercise. LB acting like both Gundo and Bernardo won't be in the lineup. Come on, man. Yeah, no, bro, this is not a predicted 11, though, isn't it? If it's a predicted 11, yeah. Oh, Bernardo, Kovacic on crutches, and Gundogan will play 100%. But this is not a predicted 11. This is my 11. That's what I'd go for. If Gvardiol's not fit, I'd play AK-45, but I also wouldn't mind playing Stones Diaz. Should I just change it? Because I don't think he's going to be fit in it. Should I just change him? Yeah? Talk to me. But I'm locking it in. Final answer. Locked in. That's my team for Wolves. That's my team. Someone said Reijnders is suspended for the first game of the season. What? How? He's never played in England before. How the fuck's he suspended, bro? Chat, WRL. WRL in the chat. I think that's legit. I think that's actually like 100% going to cook. I think that's going to cook, man. Oh, but do we play Rico Lewis right back? I've locked it in, so I can't change it. But should we play Rico Lewis right back because of the Oscar Bobb connection? Oscar Bobb Rico Lewis is a thing that can cook, man. But then Bob, if you let Bob invert and that bro, if that team can't beat Wolves, end the season. End the season. How can that not beat Wolves, mate? No disrespect, but that's how much money is that? 50, apparently, if you add on, they like to add on the agents' fees and that in it, you know what I mean? Add the agents' fees on 100 mil Haaland, 30 Cherki, Marmoush 60, Reijnders 50, Nico 50, Matthias 50, Stones 50, Ruben 50, Ike Norris 30, Edison 30. £500 million worth of player on the pitch, man. That beats Wolves 100%. Oh man, I tell you what, chat. I'm buzzing. I'm buzzing. City are back, mate. I'm so excited, man. I was vibing so hard today. Probably a little bit too much because it was a friendly and that. But don't piss on my chips, man. I was having fun. Mate. I just want I want to see like a little bit of like vibes with our play. I want to see us a little bit better, man. I want to see us play a little bit more entertaining football. I want to see us take some chances and that. There was still some times as well today where we were playing more risky football on the edge of our penalty area than they were on the edge of their penalty area. Can't wait for the season to start, says Owen. LB, do you not rate Stockport and Iniesta? Bro, I think he's fucking mega, but apparently he's not fully fit, so I wouldn't start him if he's not fully fit. Brother LB, you are cooked. Sleep on it, says Benji. It's Palermo, Karma. Haven't you learned yet, LB? Nah. Where is Unk Bernardo, our captain, LB? Well, obviously, he's probably going to play, but he wouldn't play in my starting 11. Bob not starting, unfortunately. He'll play, but not start immediately. I don't know, I don't know. It depends how long he's been training and that, doesn't it? But I think, Oh, come on, Tom. Finally, someone that's backing my team. I think that performance that Bob put in today is going to give Pep a headache, mate. Oh, Pep Guardiola's glazing. He said the 3 players we've signed before the World Cup, Cherki, Ike Norris and Reijnders, were really good. The same with Huzanov. He showed his potential today. He's one of the fastest players I've seen. All right, he said potential. He's obviously not starting then because he said potential. That sounds like he's a more of a long term. Reijnders, he said, Pep said this about Reijnders. We knew that he was a special player arriving in the box. People in Italy know him perfectly. He made a good performance like the rest of his teammates. He can play as a holding midfielder, but he also loves to arrive in the box to help out our strikers. Bro, we can't play this guy as a holder. Now, we might be able to for the first couple of games while Rodri's not fit and that. But this guy needs to be given the free role to go forward, man. I'll be real. Potential. He's not starting in it. You don't say this guy's got potential and then start in the first game. That's not going to happen. He's on the bench for sure. So I think that is what I do. And I just run that until Stones gets injured. And then when Stones gets injured, you drop Stones, play Gavardio. Well, when Gavardio gets back in, like fit, that's gonna be difficult, chat. Can't lie. We're gonna have to make some difficult decisions. We are. But at the same time, Gavardio doesn't just have to play centre-back. He can play left-back as well. So he can rotate with Ike Norris. Well, that leaves Nico O'Reilly. I have no idea. I don't know, man. We've got so many players. We've got the opposite problem of last year when we had 2 little players. We played Simpson Pusey at centre-back. Shout out Pusey, gone loan at Celtic. Hope he has a good time there. You know what I mean? But we've actually got the opposite problem now. We've got so many players that we don't know who to play. We're going to be leaving actual ballers on the bench, mate. So Yeah, but I think we covered a lot today. I think we covered a lot in this stream. Yeah, I think we've learned quite a bit, man, in this game today. Why Diaz? Well, apparently Gvardiol's not fully fit. Akanji for me should be last choice. I think Akanji should be last choice centre back. And then it's between Diaz and AK-45. Now, my preference would be to play AK-45, but he's not going to play AK-45. He just literally confirmed it right there as well. Yo, big up Daniel, mate. I appreciate the tip, bro. The super chat. Big up, mate. Big up Daniel, man. I appreciate it, man. Big up Owen says the fact we're struggling to pick who to play is a good thing. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, it's a good thing. This is a good thing. This is a good conversation. This is good. You need to be having these conversations. Yeah? This is a good conversation, man. 100%. I mean, again, last year, we were picking players, yeah, based off availability and who was the least shit. Now we're picking players based off who's the best. And that's just the facts, man. Yeah, last year it was like, who is the least worst player that we can pick here? Because they were all in bad form, man. Everyone was in bad form last year. Whereas now it's like, right, you got to play Stones, you got to play Diaz, you got to play this guy, this guy, this guy. No, this is good. It causes headaches for Pep Guardiola, but that's why he gets paid £20 million a year, so don't feel sorry for him. I know he potentially misses 6 weeks in December, January. Then we may see Gvardiol left back regular, says Scott. Yeah, absolutely. It's AFCON. So does Marmoush as well. But yeah, AFCON starts like mid-December or something. Yeah, come on, Algeria, bring it home, innit? I say that when I'm wearing an Egypt kit, but we'll glaze over that. Yeah. LB, why do you want Stones to get injured? I don't want him to get injured. I'm just saying he will get injured. So you just play him until he gets injured. And you hope and pray that he doesn't get injured, but he will get injured. ESPN cooking City again. Nah, fuck these guys, man. Yeah? What the fuck they're saying? They're slandering our name. They're slandering our name. Nah, no way, mate. No way they're slandering us. What the fuck they're saying? Huh? What they're saying? Let me pull it up. Videos. Well, I don't see nothing. I don't see anything. Nah, you're lying, bro. Nah, they're not. You're lying. There's nothing there. Why you always lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God. Where is Kovacic going to play? This is what I was saying to people on Twitter the other day when everyone was like, we need Kovacic. I was like, bro, we've got 7 players for 2 positions. We need him. And I'm not being funny, yeah? Don't look like fucking Gundogan's going anywhere, does it? Let's be real. There's been absolutely 0 links to him and he'd come on the pitch again. Yeah? 0. So yeah, I don't think he's going anywhere, man. Oh, they have cooked us. Right, they've got another channel. How many fucking channels does this ESPN shit have, man? Right, let's pull these guys up, man. Let's see what they're saying. Let me put my headphones on. LB, you said, oh, someone that Gundogan is leaving for sure. Why you guys always try to expose me, man? I thought we had like a relationship here, chat. Yeah, you try to fucking expose me. Yeah, what the fuck? Right, let's go.
Signing into Reijnders, scoring for Manchester City as well. Like, obviously, as we're saying, Craig, always great to see these new players bedding in and getting a few goals under their belts.
Well, it is, but I mean, I haven't seen any because the hotel I'm in, I'm lucky to get a TV. So, and I think I haven't even switched it on yet.
No TV.
And I think it's probably only got about. Frank's got a very
I have 2 TVs.
Frank's got a 90-inch plasma TV, and I've got one that I reckon's got about 4 channels. But yeah, and I mean, again, he's another quality player. City for me, you know, particularly with Rodri, you know, and again, should we discuss the Club World Cup? I don't think we should because we're over that. But he picked up another injury, so he's out to with the saying September sometime after missing the bulky last year.
Yeah, he didn't even watch the game. He didn't even watch the game, but he's commenting as a pundit on our game. Okay. Okay.
without saying he's a huge player for them, because they haven't really addressed the defensive issues. You know, they've signed Nuri at left back, but they haven't really addressed, Frank, the defensive issues that really knocked him off a cliff last year when they lost, I think it was 8 straight games.
I totally agree with you, and I said that 2 days ago in the show where you asked me my predictions, and I said, you know, that I'm going to put Manchester City fourth in a prediction, and Chelsea finishing before them, because I saw improvement everywhere at Chelsea, where in Manchester City, yes, offensively you can see and names are coming.
They got us 4.
And good players are coming, but in the middle of the park and at the back is still the same. So I don't see
In the middle of the park? We've signed Tijani Reijnders, mate. What's he talking about, bro? They literally started the conversation by speaking about Tijani Reijnders, and he says in the centre of the park it's still the same. Yeah, we've also got Rodri coming back. What's the guy waffling about, man? Honestly, did they do that on purpose, just to try and rattle us?
in improvements, and I'm very worried about their season, because that was the main problem that they had and the main concern that Pep Guardiola had. So with Rodri getting injured again, that's going to be a problem, and how he's going to resolve that as quick as possible, we're going to see
I don't know if he's going to do it, guys. You guys might know better than me, because you've seen probably the friendlies. I've not seen these friendlies today, but is he still got? I mean, Nuri at left back, good footballer, not a great defender. If you've watched him at Wolves, he wanders around all over the place at times, and that leaves big spaces, and that's one of the things that was killing City last year. But does Pep Guardiola think that he can go a season with Matheus Nunes again at right back? Because he had the evidence from last year that didn't work. So your centre-halves can be as strong as they want. You could be as strong as you want in front of the back four. But if your full-back positions are weak, and that's one of the positions that when he first came in, that he addressed. He went out and he got Kyle Walker. He went out and bought a left back. I think it was Mendy at the time. So he addressed those positions. Those positions at the moment, for me, are very, very weak. And I just don't see a full season for City being successful with Matheus Nunes again playing at right back.
Worried about that for City on their...
I mean, it is a risk playing Nunes. What they completely fucking didn't speak about there is that a lot of our defensive issues last year came from our midfield being awful. Yeah, and that's just a facts. Yeah, our midfield was awful. We've now found Reijnders, who you did speak about at the start of the stream, and then just interestingly then said they've not signed any midfielders, right? I don't know how that's worked, but anyway. And we've got Rodri coming back. So our midfield is going to be completely different, or should be. Now, Pep doesn't play them, and he starts playing Gundogan and Kovacic and Bernardo, then obviously that Pep, bro, what are you doing? Yeah, but if he plays Rodri and Reijnders, that's a proper midfield. That's completely different to the midfield that we had last year, and going to be much better than what we had last year. That's going to prevent a lot, and we spoke about this yesterday when Dapser and Pulpy were on the channel. Last year, yeah, our midfield gave up 5, 6, 7 big chances to the opposition every game because they got ran through every single game, yeah? When Rodri comes back in and you've got Reijnders in the team as well, that's going to reduce to 2 or 3. So it's going to take the pressure off the defence. Also, what he failed to mention, yeah, again, it's about being balanced, yeah. A lot of the points on the fullbacks is cool, right? But they don't speak about the other shit. The centre backs last year, we did not have a settled back two all season. Danny done the numbers. It was in the teens, 13 to 14 different centre back partnerships throughout the entire season. That is absolutely ridiculous. This year, hopefully we'll get a bit more, a bit luckier with the centre backs, yeah, and hopefully we'll be prioritising the better ones like Diaz, Stones, Gvardiol, Ake, and even Huzanov, right? And hopefully, for me, I think Akanji should be the last choice. So, yes, the fair points on Nunes and Aït-Nouri, yeah, because we don't know. Nunes last year, even when he was playing well towards the end of the season, was still making errors, and we don't fully know what we're going to get with Aït-Nouri. Yeah, I think today we've seen that, lost the ball a few times. We'll see what happens, yeah? But we've also got other options. If we're playing and we're finding that Aït-Nouri isn't, defending well enough, stick Ake there. Stick Gvardiol there and play Diaz and Stones, or Diaz and Huzanov, or Stones and Huzanov. So I get it. I get what he's saying on the fullbacks. I just think that you're missing the other points, that the midfield is going to be well better. The centre-back should be better, should be a lot better. And if Aït-Nouri doesn't work, play Ake there. The guy who won a treble. play left back. You can put him there.
100%.
100%.
Yeah, that is the biggest problem that they have and are going to have when the season kicks off again. Exactly where the problem was before the end of last year. And it doesn't look like there's, you know, he plays the likes of Nunes at right back because he wants that extra man in midfield. He wants a ball playing footballer in the middle of the park.
Completely wrong. Completely, ultimately wrong. If he wants to play a ball player in midfield, he'll play Rico Lewis. Yeah? If he wants to play Nunes, he should get Nunes pushing forward high and wide. If you want a player to invert into midfield, yeah, and dominate the ball and be techie with it, play Rico Lewis. So that's wrong.
Back, which is great when you've got the ball. Unfortunately, when you don't have the ball, then you absolutely are gambling because you're playing a guy in a defensive position who really doesn't understand what he's doing. And so when you start losing goals consistently and you keep doing the same thing, then guess what? The outcome is going to be the same. And so that's why I don't see any change when the Premier League starts again next week.
We're talking about
But this guy, yeah, sometimes speaks sense. So let's see if he speaks sense. Yeah, what's he called, chat? What's this guy called? Sometimes he actually does speak facts. Yeah.
season and last Premier League season, and how disappointing that was for Manchester City. Well, they had some time ahead of the Club World Cup to sort of generate some momentum going into this season. And then they get eliminated by Al Hilal by the very same issues that they faced all of last season. Exposed and counterattack opportunities, losing the ball in bad areas, no speed in transition defensively, making mistakes defensively, completely stretched and open to counterattacks. And that hasn't been addressed. It hasn't been addressed by the signing.
Yeah, but bro, the midfield that we played against Al Hilal was Ilkay Gundogan, Bernardo Silva, and Reijnders. Yeah, and then he subbed two of them off, right? And that didn't help either. So again, bro, I just don't know, man. Like, I feel they do this on purpose, mate.
Of the players that have come into Manchester City, and apparently hasn't been addressed by Pep Guardiola in the manner in which he approaches the game. And so it's hard to make an argument for Manchester City defensively.
Not one of them's mentioned Rodri, like his impact coming back into the team.
The only way that they're able to compete with who we think are the favorites, Liverpool and Arsenal, is by them being exponentially better with the ball than what they were last year. Too many turnovers, too many unnecessary turnovers. If they improve dramatically in their quality of their possession and what they do with that possession, they have a chance. Otherwise, too many turnovers, counterattacks going the other way, too many goals given up.
We're going to have a lot of fun with that channel this year, guys. Trust me, we are. We are, boys. Yeah? I just feel like they never actually speak about, like, this can't be asked, boy. It pissed me off, man. I was in a good mood as well, man. I can't even lie. It pissed me off, man. I was in a good mood, man. I should not watch that. I should have saved that for tomorrow. Fuck's sake. That is a valid concern, but they don't speak about the fact that what they should have said there, yeah? They should have said, yeah, they've got Aït-Nouri and Nunes at the back, right? Who aren't the best defensively, right? So what they should have said is, so what they're going to need a centre-back partnership that's solid and is world-class, which they didn't have last year because of injuries and form. Yeah, that's what they should have said. Then they should have said, the midfield last year was ass. What they're going to need Rodri to come back and be basically back to his best, or at least 80-90% there, and they're going to need Reijnders to hit the ground running. And then what they should have said is, he said, if the centre-backs work and the midfield work, they might be able to get away with the full-backs, even though it's still a concern. But they don't fucking say that, though. They just go, oh, Nunes is shit at defending, and so's Aït-Nouri, and the midfield's ass, and they didn't sign any midfielders, even though we signed Reijnders, which you actually spoke about at the start of the video. I hope we win the Prem, man. I can't lie, man. I hope we win it. Yeah, because them guys, yeah, them guys have slagged us off all summer whilst glazing Liverpool like there's no tomorrow. Yeah? I'll be serious, man. Yeah, do you remember that fucking transfer video they did? And by the way, yeah, if you're new to the channel here, yeah, and you don't believe me, go and watch their video that they did when we won the Champions League. If you don't believe me. Now, a lot of people in the chat have probably seen the video because we did it a couple of weeks ago. Yeah. But if you don't believe me, go and watch the video that they did on their channel when we won the not lost it, not against Chelsea. We're talking about when we won against Inter Milan and they slagged us off. The whole video, 20 minutes, they sat there slagging us off, saying that we played shit when we won the fucking tournament and we won the trophy and won the treble. Yeah. And then, I'm just saying, man, ruining my night. If we win the league, they'll act like you predicted it. So shameless. Nah, they're not fucking. Bro, we're pressing them, mate. Like prime Gabriel Jesus, bro. Centurion season, mate. Yeah, we're pressing them this year, mate. Yeah, we are. Every single video, we're on it. 100%. Yo, big up JSW. What do you think of Mukasa? Yeah, I spoke about it before, but yeah, decent. Very calm on the ball, very mature performance. I think Pep will like what he saw. It's a great flick as well for the goal for Reijnders, man. So yeah, pretty impressed, man. Just I like seeing that from like I'm not about just like putting a youth player on the pitch and just saying go and take players on and do all that. I'm about like putting a youth player on the pitch and saying, go and act like you've played in this team for the last 5 years. And that's what Mukasa did today. So, yeah, good. Very mature. Very mature. Which, you know what's quite funny as well, yeah? Yo, big up Martin as well in the chat, Martin Alba. Do you know what's quite interesting as well, yeah? Because I didn't think he was going to be like that. Because I remember watching him in the Champions League Youth League last year, and he did a Penenka pen in a bit. It was a big penalty. Can't remember who they were playing, but it was a big penalty, and he Penenka'd it. And the guy just stood there and caught it. And I thought, ooh. But today, just got on with it, man. Like it. Anyways, might wrap it up there, boys. I'm absolutely fucking shattered. I had 2 hours sleep last night. Absolutely cooked. Absolutely cooked, guys. 2 hours sleep. Running on fumes, man. Running on fumes. But I'm happy. I'm buzzing. City are back. I thought there were a lot of positives there today. I'm proper interested to see what the starting 11 is going to be putting out against Wolves. Like, really interested. River Plate are playing. Oh, do we stay up and watch the last 30 minutes of Independiente versus River Plate? Is Subiabre playing? Is Subiabre playing? No, he's not playing. Is he on the bench? He is on the bench. Subiabre's on the bench. No way. Oh, do we watch that? No, I need to go to bed. Right, sweet. Big up to you guys, man. Stay back. I'm so buzzing, man. I've had a good time off, a good break. Not doing too many streams, but we are back now. Full send in the situation. And yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed it as well. If you was in the watch along, big up to all you guys. If you're on Twitter, make sure you guys are coming over. There's 2K people watching this on Twitter as well. So if you do me a favor, go on YouTube, type in it's LB, and just click subscribe. We got 34K as well today. That's just pretty cool. And yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. I'll message the lads as well. I'd see who's available for panel show tomorrow night. I didn't want to do it tonight because I was only going to do like an hour. I've done an hour and a half, but I was only going to do an hour and I'm knackered. But I'll get the lads, see who's available. Panel show tomorrow night. But yeah, big up to you. Smash the like. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. And we'll see you guys in the next one, man. Big up. We'll finish off with some Bobb praise, man. Let's go, you guys.
Come on. Stay. Yeah, we're done. Watch it go.